Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hello, I'm Olivia and I've got a 5-month-old baby boy called Jesse who's right here next to me. Whilst I'm filming this video, you're gonna say hello. Hi everybody. So I've been filming on this channel since November and I've not done a Q&A yet, and it was originally going to be the first video that I decided to put up on this channel. But I've just never got around to doing it, and I've always thought to myself, oh no, I need to have makeup on, I need to wait till I've got makeup on. And I thought, you know what, half the time I'm sat like this in my dressing gown, hair wet after being in the shower, and I just thought, let's just film it like this, because this is literally me in my natural habitat and how I would be most days. If you watch my vlogs, you know that it's only very rare that I wear makeup, and if I wear makeup it's because I'm going out. So anyway, yes, Jessie's gonna let me film this video, aren't you? You're gonna let me film it? I'm literally just using natural lighting, so I'm trying to do it before the sun goes down. I've literally just been in the shower, hence the wet hair. But here we go. Let's answer some of your questions, because I've been desperate to do a Q&A for the longest time. So, question 1 is, how are you finding motherhood? I love your videos. Thank you so much. I am absolutely loving motherhood so much. It's literally the best thing in the world, and I'm not gonna lie, when I was a little bit younger, and even like just before I had Jessie, I always used to think like, I don't know if I'm gonna be a good mum, and that's a really horrible thought to think, but it's just come so natural, and I genuinely love it so much. It literally just feels, like I've just said, really natural. I'm enjoying it so much. It does come with its hard days, of course it does, but all in all, I am absolutely loving being a mum, aren't I? Yeah, there's only one answer for that question, and it's a big fat yes. Next question is, were you nervous on becoming a mum? Yeah, I wouldn't say it was like a massive worry for me. I wasn't like losing sleep over it or anything like that, because I feel like I'm that type of person. I very much just go with the flow on everything. I feel like in some senses I am quite laid back about things, sometimes a bit too much, and it was the same in this case. I was literally just so laid back about it all, and I just kept saying to myself, it's just going to come natural. I didn't read any books, didn't do any research on how to become a mum. What I did is just go with the flow, just let life happen. And if I needed help, I just asked people. So I wasn't massively nervous. I'd probably said the time I felt most nervous was in the hospital, when I needed to change his nappy. I had no idea what to do. I had no idea how to burp him. I had no idea how to change his clothes. I literally just asked the midwife to come and help me out in absolutely everything. That's what they're there for at the end of the day, aren't they? So I'd say a little bit, but I wasn't massively nervous about becoming a mum, no. I think I was probably more nervous about when he was actually here. At first I was so worried, like, is he happy? Is he comfortable? I'd probably say I was more worried when he was actually here as opposed to like before he arrived. Have you got any family holidays, staycations booked this summer? Yes, we do. So we're going to Liverpool in a few weeks for my dad's birthday, and then we're going to a Haven site in July and Centre Parks too, and I'm so excited because this little one's coming. However, both of those holidays, his name is under Theo, because originally that's what his name was going to be, if you don't know. So when we booked the holidays and he asked for the name, we put him down as Theo Haywood. But no, he's Jesse now, so yeah. But yeah, I am so excited to take him on a little holiday. We're not going abroad, not this year. It'll be in a few years probably. But yeah, I'm so excited for those. Obviously I'm going to be vlogging those, because I'm daily vlogging now, I keep forgetting. But yeah. Do you plan to make social media your job? A lot of people ask me this question. I get it a lot on TikTok live as well. I would absolutely love for social media to be my full-time job. At this minute in time, it's not doable to be a full-time job. So I'm working really, really hard to get to that point, because I genuinely, and this is the honest truth, I genuinely love doing it so much, and I knew I would, because it's something I've always wanted to do from being a little girl. I've mentioned this in my vlogs before, but I just absolutely love it. Like, I love editing videos, I love uploading videos, I love making TikToks, I love posting on Instagram, I love interacting with you all, I love engaging with you all. It's genuinely like, I just love it so much. So for this to be my full-time job would be an absolute dream come true. So I'm working hard to get to that point, but I feel like social media isn't one of those things that just happens overnight, unless you're really super lucky and, you know, become like viral or something like that. It's something that you've got to work really hard for to get to a stage where it can become a full-time job, in my opinion anyway. So we'll see. I mean, it might take few months, it might take a year, we don't know, but in the future, yes, I would love this to be my full-time job, because especially now that I'm daily vlogging, I genuinely can't imagine doing anything else. I could speak more about that, but I would probably be here for about 2 hours, so I'll just keep that one nice and short. Would you like to have any more kids in the future? 1,000,000%. If we are lucky enough to have more children, then 100% yes. I would, in my dream world, would love 3 children, possibly 4, but yeah, I would love a big family so much. The next baby isn't going to be for another few years, so don't get too excited. But of course, I'll hopefully still be doing social media at that time, so I can bring you all along on that journey with our second child. Unfortunately, obviously, Jesse, I started like towards the end of my pregnancy on TikTok, and then only started YouTube when he arrived. But definitely would love more children in the future. Hey, we're giving you a brother or a sister, but I feel like I'm just gonna have all boys. I would love a little girl though, but I feel like I'm a proper boy mum, and everyone else says that about me as well. Where did you get Jesse's backpack from? So Jesse's backpack, it's upstairs at the moment, is from my first year's. However, it is really, really, really small. I was actually expecting it to be like a little bit bigger, like a proper full-size backpack, but it can literally he feels the same about that too, but it can literally fit 2 man bottles in it, and that's it. But it is really nice. Do you know, if you just like want something cute little bag for them, it is really lovely. But it is from my first year's. I do believe they do a medium size too, I just didn't check the description. What do you find hardest about being a mum? You're doing amazing. Thank you so much. The hardest bit of being a mum is probably washing and sterilising bottles. No, I'm kidding. That is a pain though. But I'd probably say the hardest thing is just worrying if they're all right, because obviously they can't communicate with us. And I feel like my biggest worry when Jesse was first here, like I've literally just mentioned in the previous clip, he would literally be laying there like fine, not crying, just like doing his thing, and I just used to worry, thinking, is he happy, is he comfortable, does he love me? I'd probably say worrying about that is probably the worst, isn't it? Yeah, I'd probably say that's the hardest bit for me anyway, is just worrying about them constantly, making sure they're all right. You know, are you doing the right thing for them? Is this what I'm doing? Should I be doing this? Should I be doing that? And I'd probably say another hard thing is comparing yourself to other mums as well. And to any new mums out there, I know it's easier said than done, but honestly, just do not compare yourself to other mums at all. Everybody parents in their own way. You know, me and another mum could parent a totally different way, but that's absolutely fine. If we're both doing things all right, we might just do it in different ways, if that makes sense. So I'd probably say that's one of the hardest things as well. Can you do a makeup routine YouTube video, please? I mean, I think I have got one up. It's one of my first ever videos. It's a vlog, but I also do my makeup in it as well. But honestly, I mean, I would, but my makeup recently has been absolutely horrendous. I was actually saying in my vlog from today that I just feel like my skin and my face is just not working with me, and the makeup I'm doing at the minute is just no good. But I mean, I can if that's what you want. I'm happy to do so. What made you want to start a YouTube channel? So obviously I started doing TikTok first, and just a random video, lots of people saw a random video of me making a scrapbook for Jessie. This was when I was still pregnant, and I used to do like organisation videos, like nursery organisation, and then I started doing days in my life on TikTok, and like maternity leave day in my life. And then obviously when Jesse arrived, I did videos with him and everything, and I just said to Jimmy, I want to start a YouTube channel because I love doing TikTok. I just feel like you have more of a personal relationship with people on YouTube. Obviously you can speak for longer. You know, YouTube is TikTok's only a minute video long, and I just felt like I wanted to engage with everybody a little bit more and just show them more of me. And I just love the idea of vlogging. I've always loved the idea of vlogging. I've watched family vloggers for years, and I did mention in one of my videos the other day that I actually did have a YouTube channel when I was like 11, no subscribers, and I got no views, but then someone obviously found it from school and shared it, and I was absolutely like so upset about it. But when I say, I genuinely mean when I say that I have wanted to do YouTube for the longest time. I never knew what to do. I never knew where to start. It's really difficult. And then when I got pregnant, I thought, this is the perfect opportunity for me to, you know, pursue what I've always wanted to do. So I just thought, you know what, I'm just going to do it. If it doesn't work out, then it's absolutely fine. And thankfully, you all like watching me, so I'm so grateful. And we absolutely love it, don't we, Jessie? So yeah, it was just something that I've always wanted to do, and it just felt like the right time to do it when I was posting TikToks. Do you still feel the same as you were before becoming a mummy? Honestly, yeah, but I feel better. I know that some mums do struggle with, you know, missing how they were prior to having a baby. That's totally normal to feel that way as well if you do feel like that. But for me, I feel so much better than I did before. I loved my life before Jessie. I had an amazing life. Like, me and Jimmy used to go and do things all the time. We had weekends away. But I honestly feel like Jessie coming into our lives has just enhanced it so much. And I literally just feel like me, but more like me. So yeah, I just love being a mum. I feel like that's what I was made to do. And I just love it. I just love it so much. So yeah, I do feel exactly the same, just 100 million times better than I did before having Jessie. How do you cope with night feeds to make it easier? When he was first born, Jimmy really helped the night feeds. I remember the first time when we switched him onto bottle, he woke up and I gave him a bottle, and Jimmy obviously wasn't there. Well, he was next to me, but he was asleep because he didn't wake up. And I just wanted to shake him and say, wake up, he's having a bottle. And then I thought, wait, I don't need to wake him up. He's absolutely fine. Because before that, we was having trouble with him breastfeeding and things like that. And Jimmy was always there to help me, and I felt like, you know, we were working together to do it and things, and it felt really good. And then obviously when we switched him onto bottle, he cried, gave him the bottle, and he was fine. So I do feel like Jimmy really did help the first like few days of Jessie being here. And then honestly, for me, it was just getting used to it. Like, at first it was really difficult, and I was so tired, wasn't I? Hey, I was so tired. But I feel like my body's just got used to it now. Honestly, what I do is go on my phone. That's literally what I do. I go on my phone, I check Instagram, might watch a YouTube video. But yeah, I tried to go to sleep when Jessie went to sleep, so as soon as we put him down to bed, I would try so hard to just get to sleep straight away so it'd make it easier for when he woke up for a feed. I'm due a baby boy in 4 weeks. Is it normal to feel scared and overwhelmed? Congrats! And yes, so normal to feel like that. Obviously, especially if you're a first-time mum, you have no idea what to expect. Because I was like, what on earth, like, what is going to happen, like, what do I do? It is totally normal to feel like that. Trust me, when your baby arrives, you'll just be a natural at it, because it's so true. When people say it just comes naturally, it really does. So yeah, it's totally fine to feel that way. And if you ever need any tips or any help or anything, just give me a message on Instagram. Not a question, but your videos help me so much. It's so nice to feel relatable with other first-time mums. Thank you so much. I get a lot of those messages, and it really does make me feel happy that I make you all feel like that. I always try to be as real as possible on YouTube and just literally show you our life and what we do. You know, we eat McDonald's, I have KFC, I order Taco Bell for my dinner, I eat crap, I don't really eat healthy, even though I'm really trying hard. So you know, Jessie goes to bed with us at 10 o'clock at night. He don't have an early bedtime. I hardly wear makeup. I come on YouTube with my hair shoved up in a bun with a baggy jumper and no makeup on, and you know, I just try and be as real as possible because I feel like that's the best way, to be honest. So I'm so glad you feel like that. Thank you. What things would you recommend doing with a 5-week-old rather than sitting in? This is something I didn't do, but I honestly recommend just get your baby in the pram and just go out for a nice walk, because I did that. I didn't do that until Jessie was 5 months old, and you know, when I did it, I thought, you know what, this feels amazing, and I absolutely loved it. So do you know what, just put them in the pram, go for a little walk. Maybe if you've got a local park near you. I took Jessie out in his pram. I went and sat down at the local park, had a coffee and a panini, and it felt so good. And I got home and I thought, you know what, that's a right good start to my day. That I did it early morning, so I really recommend just going out for a walk, because it's free, so that's a good thing. It's free and it makes you feel good, so I definitely recommend doing that. I didn't take Jessie to any baby groups or anything, but I'm sure you can do some baby groups when they're 5-week-old as well, some sensory play. What else can you do? I'd probably say the main thing is just go on a nice walk, because it was really, really lovely when we did that. Where is your changing bag from? I get this question a lot as well. So it's from Katie Loxton. However, they don't do that bag anymore, and I'm really sorry. They don't do it anymore. They've changed the style to a backpack, but it still is really lovely. And the last time I checked, they had only the navy colour left. So they might still have that in, but they have changed it to a... Oh no. But yeah, they've changed it to a backpack now, but it's still really lovely if you want to go and treat yourself to it. Any tips on not getting down about your body appearance postpartum? This is really difficult and probably something I'm struggling with myself right now, because I literally had a meltdown the other day to Jimmy and I was like, everything looks vile on me, I feel disgusting, I look fat and all this. And then I looked back at a photo from me when I was 18, 19, and that's when I was dancing every single day, and I was looking back now, I was really lovely and slim and, you know, really tiny and petite. And when I think about how I felt at that time, I thought I was huge when I looked like that. At that time, I thought I was massive, and that just makes me think now, you know what, I'll never be satisfied in my body, so I'm just going to learn to love myself the way I am right now. And do you know what I keep saying to myself? Like, Jesse grew in my stomach. You know, it was his home for like 9 months. And, you know, I'd rather look like this any day than not have him in my life. So if you think about it like that, you know, it makes it all worth it. What does Jimmy do for work? Jimmy is a plumber. How many days were you overdue, and did you do anything to induce labour? So I went into labour 2 days after my due date, and then he came on the 3rd day, so I was basically 3 days overdue. I didn't really do anything. I bounced on my ball for like a week, and I actually had raspberry leaf tea. However, I know that doesn't induce labour. You're actually supposed to start drinking that from like 32 weeks, I think. Don't take my word for it, do some research first. But I had 3 cups of raspberry leaf tea and then went into labour that night, but I do think that was just a coincidence. Advice for starting YouTube: too worried about what others think. Honestly, I was the same, and you know what, I still kind of feel the same as well, especially on Instagram, where like a lot of people who I went to school with still follow me. I think like, oh my god, what are they going to think of me? But then I think, you know what, they're not even probably thinking that. And you know, if anyone does think that about you, just think, you know what, this is my life, this is what I want to do, and if it makes me happy, I'm going to carry on doing it, because that's the mindset I've got now. I feel like all my life I've just been too worried about what other people think, too concerned about, oh, what are they going to say, what are they going to say, and I just think, you know what, stuff it. If I want to make YouTube videos, I'm going to make YouTube videos, and if I want to do Instagram talking stories and post on Instagram constantly and ask you questions and get people to ask me questions, then I'm going to do it, because if that makes me happy, then that's what I'm going to do. So you've got to think about yourself for once. Honestly, you've got to be selfish. In fact, it's not even being selfish, because you should always think about yourself. Just think about what you want, and if it makes you happy, go for it, and stuff what anybody else thinks. How has having a baby changed your relationship? I'd probably say it's the same as like the question when I said that I feel like exactly like me, just better. I don't know, I feel like now we are just so incomplete without Jessie, because I mentioned this in one of my vlogs. When we went out, me and Jimmy, to Leeds, obviously Jessie stayed at my mum's that night, and the day after we woke up at home without him here for like the first time, and me and Jimmy just didn't speak to each other, and we were like, what do we do? Like, it just felt so empty. We just didn't feel right. We both said to each other, this just don't feel right. And that's not saying that without Jesse, me and Jimmy'd have a broken relationship. That's not the case whatsoever. But I feel like without him now, me and Jimmy are like incomplete, if that makes sense. Like, me and Jimmy are still the exact same as we were before, but now we've added Jesse to it, we're just not the same without him. So yeah, I just love it. I love being a little family. It's just so lovely. What's your favourite thing about being a mum? Absolutely everything. I'd probably say something that sticks out most is when he laughs at me. Like when he smiles and laughs at me and Jimmy, that's just like the best feeling in the world. Watching him grow, watching him hit new milestones, it's just amazing. Like, it's actually crazy. I can't even put into words how amazing it is. Absolutely everything is my favourite. I just love it, and I'm so excited to watch him grow and, you know, do lots of family things. I'm just so excited. How have you found being back at work and leaving Jessie? So I'm not officially back at work just yet. I'm still on maternity leave. I'm just doing keeping in touch days. So you can do like 10 days legally and get paid for that full day whilst you're on maternity. So it's really good because it tops your maternity pay up. At first I did struggle, and when I got home that night I felt really disconnected from him. But he was only 2 months old at the time, and it was like the first time I'd properly left him. But now it's not too bad. It just makes it so much easier because I know that I'm coming home to him. So yeah, it's not bad. It does take some getting used to though if you are thinking of doing keeping in touch days, but you know, it's not too bad. It's not bad. I still miss him to bits though. I still miss him so much. Did you struggle during the newborn stage? I am right now. Love your content. Thank you so much. And yes, I did. And I probably didn't speak about it as much as I should have actually. I really did struggle. I'd say the first 2 weeks were the hardest for me. Constantly crying. I was upset about everything. Like Jimmy had said one little thing to me and I'd be in tears. And I really struggled because it is the biggest change you will ever go through in your entire life. And it's like your whole world has just done a flip. And you know, it's just... Again, I can't put into words how it feels, but I really struggled the first 2 weeks. And do you know what really helped me? Getting out of the house. I'm gonna have to feed little boy whilst I finish this video. But yeah, getting out of the house helped me so much. I wanted to stay in because I was so scared about Jessie crying or something like that. But as soon as we went out, when I came home, I felt amazing. So that really helped me like during the first few weeks of newborn stage. How big would you like your family to be? Like I said before, 3 or 4 children, I think. But it all depends. I might want more, I might want less. We've just got to see how it goes, I think. Did you try breastfeeding? I did, yes. So Jessie was breastfed for about 3-4 days, and then he was on express milk in a bottle for about 4 weeks. And then it went to combination feeding, and then about... when he was 6 weeks old, I just lost my supply, and then he went to formula feeding. I am so gutted that I wasn't able to breastfeed because I really did enjoy it when we did it, but I just felt like I didn't get as much support as I would have wanted to at the hospital. But saying that, I don't want you to think I'm slating the people at the hospital. That's not the case. They were really, really understaffed that day, the day that I was in, and the infant feeding team wasn't in, so I don't think they had like time to properly show me how to do it. And you know, they did say to me like, do you want to stay in tonight just to establish breastfeeding? And I said no, I wanted to go home. I was desperate just to get home, so it is partly my fault as well. And I didn't do any research before. I just literally thought it was a case of putting him up to my boob and him finding the nipple and doing it, but unfortunately it's not. But you know, things happen, these things happen. I would like to try again with the next baby, but I'm not going to get myself down about it if it's not possible. How is Jessie sleeping for you? My little girl is just a few days younger than him. So, he's not bad through the night now. He either sleeps through or he gets up like a million times. It's literally one way or the other. He's not consistently sleeping through the night. Like last night he got up about 5-6 times just for his dummy putting back in. Some nights he'll still wake up for a bottle. Some nights he'll sleep all the way through. So it's so different every single night. But it's nothing like when he was a newborn. When he was a newborn, he used to wake up 2 or 3 times in the night, and then we'd be up about 5 o'clock in the morning. He definitely understands the difference between day and night time as well now. So yeah. How did you feel when you found out you were pregnant? I felt a way that I didn't expect to feel. So I honestly thought that if I found out I was pregnant with an unexpected pregnancy, that I'd be like so upset, crying, but honestly I wasn't. And it's because I was with Jimmy. Like I say, Jessie was unplanned. He was always in the plans, just not at that moment in time. So it was more unexpected than anything. But I honestly felt not too bad. The only thing I was worried about was telling my mum and dad, and they were absolutely fine about it. Obviously we weren't in his own house. We were still living with parents, and it was just a bit of a shock really. But I started laughing, to be honest. I actually just started laughing. And I was so excited but so scared at the same time. Me and Jimmy are going to film the Q&A about becoming young and unexpected parents. We just need to find the right time to do it. We did try and film it, we've tried 3 times, and then I just said, no Jimmy, we can't do this, and I just ended the video, and we're just going to try and do it again another time. Was it hard adjusting to mum life? Definitely hard, but trust me, if you are in a position where like you've got a newborn and you're struggling to adjust, it gets easier, trust me, it really does. When do you think you'll try for baby number 2? I think in about 3 or 4 years time, but then again, you know, things change. It might be earlier, it might be later. We would like to be in a new house by the time we try for a second baby, so we'll see. Did you plan your pregnancy and what was your reaction? We didn't plan the pregnancy. I've just said what my reaction was, but yeah, Jesse wasn't planned, but like I said, he was always in the plans, so it's a difficult one. It was more unexpected than anything, but we were genuinely really happy. We were so happy, and we wouldn't have life any other way now. He's everything. You're everything to us, aren't you? You're his little world, and we love him so much. Do you plan to send Jessie to nursery when you return to work? So Jimmy's mum is going to look after Jessie, but I am thinking about putting him in nursery like 1 day a week, just for that interaction with other children and other babies. That's not set in stone though. I'm literally thinking about sending him like 1 day a week. So we'll see. That's what I'm thinking at the moment, but obviously it might change. Right, I'm going to end this video here because my camera is about to run out of charge, and this little boy wants some attention from his mammy, don't you? And Daddy's on his way home. So I hope you've enjoyed that. I hope it's all right. I am going to do some more Q&As in the future, and obviously me and Jimmy are going to film the Q&A that we'd planned to do about a month ago now. So I hope you've all enjoyed. If you're new to my channel, please subscribe. We do daily vlogs every day that get uploaded at 9 o'clock every morning, don't they? So yeah, we'd love to have you stick around and join our little family and journey as a little family of 3. So yeah, thank you all so much for watching, and we'll see you in our next video, which will most likely be a daily vlog, hey? So bye everybody. Ready? So bye. Ta-ta. Bye guys.